Emperor Hirohito, also known as Emperor Showa, was born on April 29, 1901, in Tokyo, Japan. He was the eldest son of Emperor Taisho and Empress Temai, and he had two younger brothers, Prince Chichibu and Prince Takamatsu, and one younger sister, Princess Takanomiya. Hirohito was educated at the Gakushuin School in Tokyo and was taught in both traditional Japanese subjects and Western-style sciences. He was also trained in the martial arts, particularly in horseback riding and archery. In 1921, he married Princess Nagako Kuni, with whom he had 7 children. In 1926, Hirohito's father, Emperor Taisho, died, and Hirohito ascended to the chrysanthemum throne as the 124th Emperor of Japan. He was only 25 years old at the time and became the youngest emperor in Japanese history. During Hirohito's reign, Japan underwent significant changes, both domestically and internationally. Hirohito was a constitutional monarch, which meant that he had limited power over the government. However, he was still able to exert his influence and was involved in many important decisions, particularly in foreign policy. In the 1930s, Japan began to expand its empire through military conquests, starting with the invasion of Manchuria in 1931. Hirohito did not oppose these actions and, in fact, was a strong supporter of Japanese militarism. Japan's aggression eventually led to its involvement in World War II. During the war, Hirohito was seen as a symbol of Japan's unity and strength. However, after Japan's defeat in 1945, Hirohito was forced to renounce his divinity and accept a new role as a constitutional monarch with limited power. Hirohito remained emperor until his death on January 7, 1989. He was the longest reigning emperor in Japanese history, having ruled for 63 years. His reign was marked by significant changes in Japan, including the country's transformation from a militaristic power to a democracy and its emergence as a global economic power. Hirohito's role in World War II and his responsibility for Japan's actions during the war have been a topic of much debate and controversy. Some have argued that he was merely a figurehead who had little control over the military and government, while others have accused him of being a war criminal who should have been held accountable for Japan's actions. After Japan's surrender in 1945, Hirohito made a famous radio broadcast in which he announced the end of the war and called on his people to endure the unendurable and bear the unbearable. He also expressed his regret for the suffering that Japan had caused during the war. In the post-war years, Hirohito worked to promote peace and reconciliation between Japan and its former enemies. He made a number of trips abroad, including visits to the United States and Europe, and met with many world leaders, including US Presidents Dwight D. Eisenhower and Richard Nixon. Hirohito's reign also saw significant changes in Japan's domestic policies. The country underwent a process of modernization and industrialization, and the economy grew rapidly. However, this growth also led to significant social and environmental problems, and Japan struggled with issues such as pollution, overpopulation, and rising income inequality. Despite these challenges, Hirohito remained a popular figure throughout his reign, and he was deeply respected by the Japanese people. He was also known for his interest in marine biology and his contributions to the study of the subject. He published several papers on the topic and was even the author of a book on the life of the Japanese sea cucumber. In 1989, Hirohito died at the age of 87. He was succeeded by his son, Emperor Akihito. Although his legacy remains controversial, he is remembered as one of the most important figures in Japanese history and as a symbol of the country's resilience and endurance.